Don't open the truth post on stream. What the fuck? Trump posted a video of a woman getting murdered on his Truth Social account. Yeah, this guy is a holy man. This is who the Christian right is trying to pretend is a man of Jesus. Calls him a Christ-like figure, a godly man, a saint. What the actual... It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. I swear to God, Donald Trump continues to do shit that it's still shocking. It's still shocking, which is good because that means that we aren't numb and it's not normalized and it's not normal. What the fuck? This was her, if you want to read it. Her name was Nilufar Easmin. Trump posted her murder. He never said her name. Her name, according to the Bangladeshi press outlets that bothered to cover her murder, was Nilufar Easmin. She had come to this country from Gorabag village in the Kushakali Union of Lakshmipur district in southeastern Bangladesh, a place that most Americans couldn't find on a map even if the fate of the republic depended on it. She had 2 daughters. She'd been working the register at the D&D convenience store, a Bangladeshi-owned shop bolted to a Chevron station on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Fort Myers, Florida, for roughly 3 months. On the morning of April 2nd, she heard her car being vandalized in the parking lot. She walked outside to find why. She was beaten to death with a hammer. That is the whole of what we know for certain about the last minute of Nilufar Easmin's life. Everything else, her exact age, conflicting in various accounts as 42, 48, or 51. The full arc of how she came to Florida, what she wanted for those 2 daughters, remains unresolved in the public record, a void that will take time and care and reporting to fill. What we know with equal certainty is what happened next. The President of the United States turned her death into content. Donald Trump, a man convicted of 34 felony counts, currently in political freefall, his name reportedly appearing thousands of times in the Jeffrey Epstein files, posted graphic surveillance footage of Easmin's murder, amplifying a video package assembled and branded by his own Department of Homeland Security. The footage shows the suspect, 40-year-old Rolbert Joaquin, a Haitian national, striking her in the head with a hammer, knocking her to the ground and continuing to beat her as she lay there. DHS and its conservative media partners have packaged this killing as proof that Biden's immigration policies are responsible for Easmin's death. Acting Assistant Secretary Lauren Biss said the suspect barbarically hit this woman in the head multiple times with a hammer, adding that their reckless immigration policies cost this woman her life. They do not give a fuck about this woman. They do not care. And in fact, this woman, middle-aged, brown, mother, immigrant, that's the exact type of person that they consistently demonize, that they frequently target and use as a scapegoat. It's just in this instance, they can use her death as a political tool, as content. That's what's so, it's so transparent. It's so clear in its grotesquerie. It's disgusting. We know that they don't care about Easmin. They don't care about people like her. Never mind that Easmin herself was an immigrant. Never mind that the Bangladeshi community in Fort Myers, the community that employed her, that is laying flowers at the gas station where she died, is also a community of immigrants, of mothers and fathers and cashiers and store managers who came to this country and are now watching the president weaponize their grief. The timing tells you everything about why Trump reached for this video now. His presidency is in historic collapse. The Iran war, prosecuted with the hapless Pete Hegseth at the Pentagon, has become a signature debacle. The mass deportation campaign, the crown jewel of his coalition's fever dreams, has failed so thoroughly that the American public has swung back towards immigrants with a warmth not seen in years, and ICE, once the cudgel of choice, has become politically toxic. And then this morning, First Lady Melania Trump held a press conference at the White House and all but announced that she is not her husband's keeper. A president desperate to change the subject will reach for anything. Today, he reached for Nilufar Easmin. Yasmin's co-workers told Bangladeshi press that 2 days before her death, the man who would kill her had come into the store and failed to withdraw money from the ATM. He told her the machine had taken his money. She told him the ATM belonged to a bank, not the store, and that she couldn't give him cash. He left. He came back April 2nd. He smashed her windshield. She went outside and he killed her. Mohammed Shipu, the store's manager, told Bangladeshi media that she had only been there for 3 months. Fort Myers police launched a manhunt, K-9 units, Lee County Sheriff's Aviation, and placed 3 nearby schools on lockdown. Joaquin was arrested later that day near Mango and Raleigh streets. He has pleaded not guilty. At a court appearance, detectives said he admitted returning to the gas station specifically to kill her and that he wore the same clothes so she would recognize him. I really appreciate this piece in Migrant Insider to give Nilufar Easmin the name that she had and at least some memory of her here, because that's the twofold barbarity at play. They use these individual instances of violence to push blanket violent policies on the entirety of vulnerable populations, while at the same time, it's like so clearly they do not care about Nilufar Easmin or whoever else they will use as their tool, as content, but especially with someone who's a brown immigrant in the United States of America, one of the most oppressed people in the country, one of the most vulnerable people because of the state. It's like Nilufar Easmin was a victim of a brutal, brutal crime, and it is horrifying. And I hope that her murderer is brought to justice. But the truth is that the greater threat is not the individual acts of violence here, the interpersonal, the instances. It's the goddamn state that has billions of dollars at its disposal being spent on fascist agencies like ICE, and that every day, there are brown women like Nilufar Easmin who are subjected to terror from the state that is pretending right now to care about Nilufar's murder. Women like Nilufar who are being sexually abused in ICE custody, who are having their children ripped from them, who are being ripped from their children, who are being disappeared, who are being terrorized and tormented and without any rights and any dignity being afforded to them. And this is happening every day. Every day. So no, I don't for 1 second, and nor should anyone else, believe that Donald Trump and this fascist administration that is driving the actual violence, the systemic and systematic violence. I don't believe that they care about her or anyone anyone who is like Nilufar, who is in a similar position. Several people have died. I think it's up to 30 something people have died already this year. This year in ICE custody. I don't see Donald Trump posting about that. Of course not. Of course not. Because this is the crown jewel of his platform. This is what he promised. And that's what we know. That's who we know of. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The blind Rohingya man who ice dumped on the side of the road and died. Yeah. I believe it's been his death has been labeled as a murder. So Jelmer, thank you for the 22 months. Man, I don't even know what else to say. This sick fucking shit. It's just so sick. It's so sick. I know. All my homies hate ice. Yeah. And I just these are the moments that Democrats need to speak in Nilufar Easmin's honor, but also be pushing against the Trump administration using this to justify their inhumane policies against immigrants. And the Democrats need to be in like just full-throated opposition. And I know that there are some who are now saying abolish ICE. There are ones who are running, who are calling to abolish and prosecute ICE, who are really recognizing, really knowing how to meet the moment with where voters are at, with where people in this country are currently positioned. You know,